So we have moved forward, I think only a couple weeks since the last time I recorded. I could be wrong, but I think it's only been a couple weeks. Um, with that being said, what has changed, we'll go through in just a moment. Either way, it is Slamfest, it is the end of August, and we are headed to schools in session. I think it's schools in session, or is it classes in session? School is in session in September, where Rick Rumble will challenge Angus McLeod for the World Heavyweight Championship. But we will see what happens from there. And let's get to Slamfest. So we kick it off with Abel starting off in the opening match, or pre-show match, I should say, to be more specific. Abel has been sitting on the roster, going under a different name. If you know, you might know him as Abel Firstman. You may know him as Charlie Homicide. But Abel is based off of Cain and Abel, the biblical story of the brothers who, I think one killed the other. Yes. Cain killed Abel. So it's based off of Cain and Abel. I got the idea of, well, his name's Abel Firstman, so Cain and Abel. And Abel is actually going to be managed by Aries, but I wanted to introduce him in a segment with Aries and put him on the pre-show before I introduced him on the actual show in action. The opening match on the show is the return of Gabriel Peterson, as Gabriel Peterson takes down Warren Young with the Bermuda Triangle submission hold, which, in my opinion, sounds sort of like a triangle choke, if I had to guess. But either way, Gabriel Peterson is back for, I believe, his third run with me, and I want to say his first run in 2 years. I want to say, I could be wrong, but I think it's been that long. Either way, it's a solid opener. Micky Starr and Sam Strong, apparently, according to rumors, this is through the announcers, according to rumors, Micky Starr, someone has placed a bounty on the heads of Micky Starr and Sam Strong. But we need a little bit of confirmation, which will come a little bit later. But now we jump to Antonio Moretti and the Star Show with Gavin Stardale, Antonio Moretti, and Richard Eason, where it is official, considering the fact that Angie did not actively get involved in the World Television Championship match at Big Time Live, and that the rule was that Angie would be Babbitt's assistant for a month. Myself, and Richard Eason do not have anything to say as far as disciplining Angie. We think, as far as the championship committee is concerned, that you, Brooklyn Punk, are just trying to blame everyone else but yourself. With his championship victory, with his singles match victory, and now that Angie is in fact free, the fact of the matter is, Angie Lee will be back in the ring, which is something that Babbitt and Brooklyn Punk, you two made sure that didn't happen. And number two, And this is a big one. Alex Pierce will get his championship title shot against Brooklyn Punk for the world television title very soon. That has not been worked out yet. But Alex Pierce will challenge Brooklyn Punk for the world television title. Maybe some stipulations could be added or something to that effect, but the fact of the matter is, sooner rather than later, you will be having a championship match. Madman McManus tunes himself up for the eventual meeting with Ray Kingman in September at Schools in Session for the United States Heavyweight Championship. And Artie Goldstein keeps it short and concise, letting Kingman know, Ray, we're going to keep this short because it's simple what we want you to take from this. We hope you are watching and are ready because Madman McManus is someone you don't underestimate. Speaking of Artie Goldstein, Wildman and Dread were in action, tag team action, as the two have not really done. I don't want to say they haven't done much, but they haven't been seen as much in the last month or so, so I made sure to put them in action tonight. Yes, this does open up the idea of maybe doing something with Wildman and Dread against Ray Kingman or someone to where then they're featured a little bit more frequently, because you're talking about two guys that are actually one guy that's developing into somebody that I could invest in, and the other guy is somebody I can already invest in, and I already do in, well, I don't know that I would say I already do invest in him and not say that I already have invested in him, because Wildman is one of the few people that actually have won the United States and World Championships. Actually, I think it would be Wildman, Sid, and surprisingly Angus McLeod are three of the people. I don't think Micky Starr has ever held the United States title. Ray Kingman. Actually, I take that back. It's Ray Kingman too. Ray Kingman is a two-time U.S. champion. He won the world title first. I know that also a Grand Slam champion, if that's a thing, or the Triple Crown champion. Which, if Micky Starr did win the United States title, he could be the Triple Crown. He could be a Triple Crown champion. But I really don't care enough about the Triple Crown achievement, especially in TEW. But in general, I don't care about the Triple Crown. In general, excuse me, I don't care about the Triple Crown achievement. Either way, but with that being said, we move forward, and it's Hollywood. It's Micky Starr and Sam Strong making it clear Antonio Moretti was supposed to come out, but we stopped him in the back and let him know we don't need to hide behind him, that if somebody set a bounty on us, which they did, we are not going to hide or look for protection. You want to fight, find us and we'll fight, because we ain't backing down. But if somebody wants to take us out, good luck. Because Antonio Moretti doesn't need to protect us or fight for us. But also, I just want to point out 95. This is by far the highest rated segment I have ever done in 5 years or 5.5 years with Supreme Wrestling. Honestly, I'm a little disappointed by this, but with Alma not being popular, not having anything of the sort, I honestly did not know what to expect, but that doesn't mean I can't. That doesn't mean I'm still not a little. Well, it only went 4 minutes, so I can't really be that disappointed by it, to be honest with you. Athena points out, for those who might not be aware, Athena debuted, I believe it was either late 1980. I mean, bleh, either she debuted late 1978 or in 1979, and immediately was introduced to the world as the girlfriend of Sid Streets, but also the daughter of Ares. And even though um, at the time, Dusty had a little bit of resentment towards Athena, Athena believes Dusty has always hated him since the first day she showed up, and since Sid left for Japan, Dusty seems like he's denouncing the family, which is extremely disappointing and something that I'm sure I stand with Rocky in saying we wish we could stop him from doing, but it seems like this is more than just a phase. It seems like it's something that has been building up and building up and building up for months and months and years at this point. And there's no turning back from it now. Okay, I'm a little disappointed by this, but I will blame Antonio Moretti for it, as Hollywood makes it clear. If there was any doubt about what I did at Supreme Challenge when I screwed Micky Starr out of the world title, I don't regret it for a second, because I was sick and tired. Sick and tired of being number 2. Of being a stone's throw away, but always out of the spotlight. Fingertips away, but always on the outside looking in. Why? Because I'm not Micky Starr. Now it's because I'm not Micky Starr and I'm not Sam Strong, because when you say Micky Starr, Sam Strong's gonna be right behind him. But I gotta say, brother, you gotta find your own way eventually, because if you don't, then you're just gonna be known as Micky Starr's lapdog, and I don't know that that's something that you want to be known for, because look at where it left Rick Rumble. And dare I say, the one person that has done a wonderful job, the one group that has done a wonderful job of setting their image as background characters to Micky Starr, is Joey and Teddy, as well as the beautiful one, Miss Babbitt. They have done a wonderful job of differentiating themselves and splitting up and realizing that they could cut the dead weight and they don't need Micky Starr to make them a star, just like I can cut Micky Starr out. And I don't need him to make me a star, because it is in my name. Because I am HMK Hollywood Mike Kinsey. 6-man tag team match. Luis Montero and Mary Anjala and Slater White get the 6-man tag team victory, getting Slater back on the winning track, but also it is setting the stage for the future, and the future is Frank Rock being challenged by his former partner, Mary Anjala, but also Dexter Priceweather steps up and says again, after interacting with Adrian Romero last week, he says it again, Adrian, if you were in the ring with us, you'd find out what it's like to be in a group with winners. And also in a group with someone who will get you what you deserve, that being a rematch at Malcolm Rogue. Marcus McKing, who is in an ever-developing he's in an ever-developing, I don't want to say a faction, group, pair, his ever-developing outlandish character of being the uncrowned king continues to grow by the week, is what I'm trying to say. And Abel debuts with his new group, his new faction, as a member of Ares Titans. Abel is there alongside Hagar, Ares, Angus, and Kronos. Hopefully, this is how Abel Firstman, or Charlie Homicide, whatever you want to refer to him as, can get over just a little bit more. Romeo Hart, as Romeo points out again, listen to me, Bob. They know I'm talking about them. They know what's going on, but they know that if they ignore me, they think I'll go away. They think I'll disappear again. But the fact of the matter is, that ain't happening. And if they don't want to fight me and face me like men, then maybe it's time to say, let the games begin. Because if they ain't gonna give me, if they're gonna pretend like I don't exist and ignore me like they did when I was injured, then maybe they just need a little help remembering who the hell I am. I believe this was the main event. I could be wrong, but I believe this was the main event. As, I mean, I don't want to say surprisingly that this match got good, but it definitely got a little bit better than I expected. And now, for a change of effects, after the match, after the match, interviewer Bob Johnson, who, let's just say for argument's sake, is also the ring announcer, like it used to, like it was at this point in certain territories, he enters the ring, and you hear him mutter to the, in front of the camera, or actually he could say it on the house mic because he's the ring announcer. He announces the winners, but then says, Micky, Sam, before you go, if it wasn't official, during the match I was handed this. As Micky and Sam read the note that Bob Johnson was handed, Bob says, for those who might not be aware, earlier tonight we were given we were told that somebody had placed a bounty on the heads of the two men standing in the ring with me. And we were waiting for confirmation, and I think that we got that confirmation that somebody placed a bounty on them, as they are headed to the back, and they seem pissed off, they seem frustrated, but the fact of the matter is, if I was them, well, honestly, if I was them, I'd be running for my lives and trying to find a place to hide, let things blow over, and just disappear for a little bit. But the fact of the matter is, if I was them, I'd be frustrated too, knowing that somebody put a bounty on me. I think it was rough around the edges, the show, but I don't think it was that bad. 79, that's not that bad. That is not that bad at all. Could have been better, but the 95 we got with Sam and Micky Starr, the 95 we got with Sam and Micky Starr, hopefully could be a start of things to come and set us up for the future. But, I mean, honestly, the main reason why I recorded today, today's episode, is because if you think about it, in the past, I would record special occasions, I guess is the best way to put it, and the start of the big overarching story for the year. Yes, I'm aware we're now in September, but yes, I'm aware that we are in September, but if if I'm being honest, if I'm being honest, it's taken me this long to figure out an overarching story to work with. Honestly, it has taken this long, or it took that long for me to figure out an overarching story to work with. And, honestly, I don't want to say I'm not against the idea, but I don't know that I'm 100% for the idea either. And you might ask the question, well, where's Angus in this? Angus has beaten Hollywood, Micky Starr, and Sam Strong, so that's why Rick Rumble is Angus's challenge this month. Because the fact of the matter is, if you're going to talk about people getting rematches and match after match after match after match after match, well, that might be how it is in the normal territories, but that's not how it is with me. If you lose, unless it was a different finish, you're fucked, pretty much. Well, maybe not fucked, but it's not going to make life easy for you. It's not going to make life easy for you. I think, yeah, it would break one of the owner's goals, and if I'm going to break one of the owner's goals, I'm not going to hire a random dude who looks like Demolition Axe. Or maybe not Demolition Axe, but a budget Demolition Axe. Um, there it is. But either way, guys, I will say that is it for me today, for the day. If you like it, then keep showing your love on the TEW videos. I thoroughly appreciate it. I'm loving seeing that you guys are loving TEW as much as I do. And I hope that I can keep recording TEW and keep you guys enjoying it. Even if it is just spaced out, still, even if it needs to be decently spaced out, still, I hope that you guys are enjoying it as much as I do. With that being said, though, that is it from me, and I will see you in the next one.